This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
We are 99X. It's Barnes and Leslie. We are the Morning X. And if you've listened to this show in the first iteration and even now, you know that I love racket sports.
Yeah, early on, you were like the tennis guy, the tennis pro.
Loved it. Luke Jensen, Luke and Murphy are the ones who really got me into loving tennis. And that was a problem in the 90s because when I would go to their matches, I was like, come on! I mean, I was like all into it.
You were intense.
And people were like, dude, no, you do not do this in the tighty-whitey sport of tennis. But the guy you hear laughing is about to tell you otherwise. This is Charles Allen. He is the CEO of Intennse, and that's spelled Intennse. Hold tight because there's something behind that name. This is a modern take on tennis that puts strategy, energy, and connection at the center of the experience. It's team-based, really fast-paced. There's no shush zone. So I am at home in this place. It's built both for players and fans. Please welcome Charles Allen. Hey, Charles.
Hey.
Thanks, guys. Well, you took a lot of words out of my mouth there. I was going to mention the no shush zone right up front.
It's built for me. So rewind to the name. Because when I look at it, I'm like, is that supposed to be Intennse? Intense?
Yeah, it's an intense name. I mean, you look at it, and there's this I that appears, so you see tennis in the middle of it. And so I read this a lot of different ways. We're in tennis. We actually want the fans to feel like they're really in it. So the way we built our arena was to lean the fans in right on top of the action. So we're all in tennis. We want to change the participation and engagement model for tennis. We want people to feel like they really belong there and they can express themselves and be themselves.
Okay, before we get to how you can go see it and all that stuff, what is Intennse? Like, what is it? What's your elevator pitch for people that have no clue what we're talking about?
Yeah, what is it?
So we've cut out all the dead space. Traditional tennis is 20% active. There's a lot of dead space.
Yeah.
And my background, I'm a data guy. I spent a lot of my time in Silicon Valley. If you listen to the commentators talking about stats, in my view, the traditional tennis, it's a bunch of filler that doesn't advance the storyline. It doesn't really increase the engagement that much at all. So we cut out all the dead time. We got rid of that 80% no action where you're just watching someone bouncing their knees sitting on a bench. And we did that with a number of format changes. But the format changes, there's a lot of interesting things to be said about the format changes, but what we're really doing is much bigger than a format. It is a whole movement and restructuring the way people approach the sport. But if you want to, we can get into the format, and then we should finish up though on the name though. So it's Intennse. People are in tennis. We also play in tens, which means in 10-minute segments. We play on time, on a clock. So the clock runs out, it's over. We play with simple point aggregation. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. People don't have to try to figure out the scoring. I mean,
Good.
a lot of people I know who still, they have significant others. They play tennis, and their significant others still have no idea how the scoring's done. This, you can show up and you can see the score. It's just like any other sport.
Now I get it. Now I get the name. Yeah, Intennse, Intennse. So what is the actual mission behind it?
Well, the mission is really, as you said in the beginning, to modernize the sport and to change the fan engagement model. Tennis is, it's individual, and when you look at both the junior space and the pro space on the other side of college tennis, it can be quite a toxic environment. It is, you don't have that team element outside of the college space very often, and so we have made it into a team sport with substitutions, with live coaching, with personality. There's a lot more narrative around it. And when you cut out the dead time by we have a 14-second serve clock. You play at the server's pace. You only get one toss, and you only get one serve, and you play less. So that means, the receiver can't stop play. It just keeps going. And if they have a shoelace come undone, they get subbed out. If they have a racket string break, they get subbed out. There's no stopping the action.
All right, we're talking to Charles Allen, CEO of Intennse. It's a brand new pro tennis league. What is the difference in team tennis, which back in the day Atlanta had a team, and I know that's still out there. It seems similar, but not really, because you've simplified things like the score and the things you mentioned.
Well, you have substitutions. So it's not that you have, like in college tennis, you could have match happening on 6 courts at once. And then you get down to maybe a clinch match.
Right.
This is a single court. So we've focused all the energy on a single court. In traditional tennis, in a tournament, you may start spread out across, any number of courts with very few people watching. Everything that happens in our format happens on a single court. And so we have, we're concentrating fan energy. You've got 2 teams there. So you've got built in 14 people with the coaches, plus the ball keepers are actually part of the teams.
So can you bring in a guy, like if a dude's struggling right in the middle of a game, you can just substitute someone else in?
Immediately, yeah. You can do as many subs as you want, and we don't use the word game.
Okay.
This is a sport. It's a sport, so there's no games, there's no sets.
Well, then why wouldn't you just play your best person all the time?
Well, it turns out that because it's so intense that to maintain the level of play, you really, it is a very different type of endurance that's necessary to play at this pace.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Football season is here.
Oh, man.
Believe has the podcast to enhance your football experience.
We got to embarrass them into doing things the right way.
From the pros.
Definitely one of the most interesting quarterback rooms ever.
To college.
Michigan is set at 8.5 wins.
To fantasy.
If you feel that way, why didn't you trade him?
Become a better fan and listen to the football podcasts from Believe.
Oh, man.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Talking to Charles Allen, CEO of Intennse. Okay, I have a couple of questions here because I'm a little confused. Is this brand new, and who developed it? Did people who play tennis develop this?
It was developed by a number of people, actually dozens of people, in conversations over a number of years. We've all been looking at this sport and the challenges, and there's numerous challenges, and there have been lots of people trying to, quote unquote, fix tennis. But in our view, there wasn't a real holistic take on how you do something that is really additive. There's so many gaps. So we're trying to fill this gap for players who can't make a living. I mean, tennis compared to other sports has very, very few athletes at the very top that make a lot of money. And then there's some in the top 100 that can scrape by. But the rest of them are circling below, spending other people's money for many years and then don't have that successful career where they can sustain a life. And so we believe there's such a deep talent pool in tennis. We can tap into that and fill a huge gap in the marketplace.
Yeah, in Atlanta especially. Team Atlanta won the championship. And I'm going to be honest, I just learned about this a few months ago, so I think a lot of people right now may be hearing this for the first time. Although you guys, the market responded pretty well, right? And I guess that's core tennis people.
Yes, and we actually didn't do a lot of marketing. This was our show me season. This is where we actually proved it. We iterated really rapidly. In fact, yesterday was 1 year since our incorporation.
Wow.
What we pulled off within, less than 10 months from that initial time, I think is unprecedented, if not extremely rare for the scale of what we did. Putting it on in a movie studio, building our own arena, putting all the teams together. It was a phenomenal ride.
Have there been any people that have said, yeah, we don't, like the purist out there, we don't really like this? I'm curious the other side.
Oh, yeah. Good question.
Yeah, well, so in fact, in the very beginning, my kids are traditionalists. But once you play it, once you see it, and once you feel it, I mean, we're not trying to displace traditional tennis, but the fans for traditional tennis are aging out. We need to bring new fans. In fact, experiencing Intennse is more like going to a basketball environment. We actually say tennis turned up. So, the level of excitement that people feel, the fact that you can sit there and bang clappers and cowbells and whistle and do whatever you want, is attracting a different type of fan. And tennis needs that. It needs an injection.
Okay, so you touched on this used to be a soundstage of some sort, and you've created an arena instead?
So we actually did our first season on a soundstage at Electron Studios, and we built an arena on a soundstage.
Okay.
Wow.
Going forward, we will be in different venues. We're going into 2 markets now. We'll have 2 hubs and 10 teams. So we're going from 3 teams to 10 teams. And the other thing we do that's really unique is we have an open entry prize money challenge series where the people who get through that challenge series get to play an exhibition against one of our pro teams. So we're integrating multiple levels of tennis. We even had on that same court where the pro teams play, we had junior teams from Jacksonville and Atlanta play the same day that their teams played on the same court. So we're creating this connective tissue between different levels and more in community engagement.
Love it. So how can we see it? Tell everybody how they can get involved and come watch it. When's the next time we can watch it?
Well, Intennse.com, Intennse with 3 N's, Intennse. You can get a link to our YouTube, our Twitch site, where you can watch our first season. Our second season will be starting in June next year. We are doing a college draft. For the first time, college tennis will be on par with other sports in having a draft into a professional league.
Very cool.
Barnes, you got to try this. It's such Barnesology.
I can't wait. I'm going to go back and watch some of the matches because the way you're describing it sounds very exciting, which absolutely tennis needed a jolt.
Mm-hmm.
They need a jolt, and we give it bolts.
That's awesome.
There you go.
All right, Charles Allen, CEO of Intennse. Again, the website, just Google Intennse or Intennse.com. But you'll find it pretty quickly because nothing else is spelled really like that. Charles, thanks for sharing. This sounds very cool.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure speaking with you.
Brand new pro tennis league in Atlanta. You heard about it on the original. This is 99X.
Ever wonder how dark the world can really get?
Well, we dive into the twisted, the terrifying, and the true stories behind some of the world's most chilling crimes.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Nicole.
Together, we host Wicked and Grim, a true crime podcast that unpacks real-life horrors one case at a time.
With deep research, dark storytelling, and the occasional drink to take the edge off,
we're here to explore the wicked
and reveal the grim. We are Wicked and Grim.
Follow and listen on your favorite podcast platform.